I grabbed one, I'm not sure.
Okay.
So she gets settled in. We're just going to take the roller lengthways down the center of your mat. And then starting laying on your back, so be sure that your sacrum and tail are supported, as well as the base of your skull. And your feet about 4 to 5 inches apart, really just about the width of your hip sockets. Should be aligned from your hip joint to your knee, to the center of the ankle, to the third metatarsal, the third toe. And here on your roller, the waist is a little bit lifted. The sacrum is heavy. The shoulder blades melt around the curve of the roller underneath you. First, stretch the arms forward long. Reach your fingers for the end of the mat. Rotate the arms so the palms are up, and then bring the arms out to your side, 90 degrees from the body. And you can slowly roll from one side to the other, sinking down through your shoulder blade and your hip on one side and then on the other. The little massage you're giving yourself at the base of the skull between your shoulder blades. So grateful for that. And then also for the area by your sacrum at your side joints. Your weight will shift in your feet as your weight shifts on the roller. And really sink into it. Allow the roller to give you a massage where your body connects to it. Remember, your waist and your neck float above the roller surface. And you can try thinking of keeping the back of your hand connected to the floor as you go from side to side to increase the stretch across your chest. And then once we come back to center, you'll stay there. Spread your feet into the floor. Imagine them sinking into the sand. And we inhale to embrace the arms up and over your chest. It's a big hug. And then as you exhale, the arms pull open sideways, out and down to the ground. We're using the full inhale for the arms to lift and hug the air in above you. And then exhale, open the mouth. The air flows out and the arms descend. Both arms rise slowly, a little slower than maybe you would think you would want to. And then the same way, you're going to bring them down slower than gravity would pull them to the floor. So the pull across the shoulders and into the upper arm. So we inhale to lift the arms and hug it in, and then exhale, open wide and sink. Once more here. Inhale all the way up, elbows bent, wrap your arms around someone you love, and then exhale, pull the arms apart, release, and let your arms be grounded. Next, we bring the arms up and we point the fingers to the ceiling, so straight arms here. And then we exhale, just release the blades down to the floor. The arms rise on the inhale, lifting up as high as they'll go, shrug your shoulders, and then exhale, melt the shoulder blades down around your roller, sink it down low. The arms lift on the inhale, you feel the stretch in the upper back, and then exhale, release the blades down. The blades embrace the roller beneath you, the chest widens. Inhale, arms rise. And then exhale as the blades sink, you're breathing out and letting the navel fall in towards your spine. Inhale, think of the whole body expanding away from your central axis. And exhale, knitting back in towards your center. We'll do one more of these. When you lift the shoulders, you reach the hands high, and then the collarbones widen as you drape the blades down around the roller beneath you. Next, inhale and turn the palms forward. And exhale, glide the arms long at the side of your body, the side of the roller, and we reach to the fingertips. Inhale now, and the arms lift up to the ceiling, and exhale back by your ears. The blades slide towards your waist. Inhale, bring the arms forward, heavy shoulder blades, and then exhale, the arms slide forward. The reach of the fingertips helps lengthen your neck as the shoulders pull away. Arms lift in unison, bring the back in parallel, maintaining the same tempo, the same amount of reach. And lift the arms here again, and exhale as you pass the ceiling, go forward, down low, gentle landing at the bottom. So the arms show two beautiful arcs in the air at your side. Inhale up and exhale back. And then reverse it, the arms lifting, keep the wrist straight, the elbows straight, the fingers open, stretch your palms a little bit as you move through the air. We'll do one more here. Arms rise, and then exhale, the belly draws deep as the arms reach behind you. Reversing the direction, trace those two rainbows at your side, going up to the apex and then down to the ground. From here, bring your hands to your shoulders and pull the elbows in close to your waist. We pull the elbows up and then exhale, circle wide around and down. And with this movement, allow your shoulders to shrug and lift, widen, and sink. So you want to feel the blades moving underneath your rib cage. Opening the chest here, coming in, and then lift up. Exhale, around and down. Let's do that again, rising. And exhale, circle. If you need a little bit more support from your legs, just take the feet slightly wider. We'll do one more in this direction. It's a full breath, a short inhale, a longer exhale to circle. And then we'll reverse the direction. Elbows down and wide, bring them up a little bit off the ground as they reach behind you. And then exhale, narrow them in along the side of your ribs to complete your circle. So it's a short inhale and a longer exhale. Going to relax your body here with your breath. And expand the lungs to their fullest capacity on the inhale, and then exhale. Let as much air as possible release out of your mouth into the air around you. And one more circle here. Do that nice scapular massage here as you lay on your roller. Complete the circle and then bring the arms forward at your side. Full arm circles, the arms go up in unison, all the way back by your ears on the inhale, circle wide and around on the exhale. At the end of the movement, palms turn down. You lift the arms up and stretch the body and then circle wide. Let your arms cut through the air and then rotate palms down. Lifting again. Feeling of joy, hallelujah, as the arms go back by your ears and then press them forward through the air. Rotate palms down and one more. Go up and back. And then circle forward and around. We're going to reverse at this point. So palms up and circle the arms wide to the side and back behind you. Exhale, dive the arms forward, push the air out of your lungs. Palms up and reach again. Go a little further each time. You push the air down. Then you cut the air with the knife edge of your arms as you circle back. And then exhale, the collarbones rolling forward as the arms descend. One more time. Really stretch out to your fullest extent while holding the curves of your spine steady on your roller. Now here we bring the arms up, thumbs together, index fingers together, elbows wide. We create a diamond shape here to frame your face. You inhale, bring the shape back. And then exhale, slide the shape forward. It's a light pressure from one hand into the other. Do a little bit of the work on the inside edges of your arms. So you inhale to open the body. The arms go back. Exhale to push the air out of your lungs. Your hands should be just slightly active. You want to feel a firm connection without too much tension. Just see if you can feel the engagement. Taking the arms back again here. The collarbones roll backwards as the arms go back and forward as the arms go forward. Feet are still steady. And then you take that deep breath as you bring the arms overhead, breathe in, and then exhale, push the air out. Now from here, arms at your side, and we slide off of the rollers. We're going to take them across the glutes. And really underneath the sacrum. So once you roll back, let's roll the rollers here under the width of your sacrum. It's typically the widest part of your hips. Hold the roller in position. Check that you're centered here. Head, sternum, navel, pubic bone. And then we'll pull one knee in, and then the other one, knees bent, legs together. So knee sways, we'll bring the knees over to the right and turn your head easy to the left. Keep your left shoulder down. Feel the widening across the front of the chest, and exhale, press through your arms. Pull the knees up. Roll across the sacrum to the other side. So as the knees glide to the left, you turn your head. You're rotating the neck. You're keeping the right shoulder blade grounded. Exhale. You can press into the outer edges of the roller or press down into the top, whatever works for you. We continue bringing the knees to the right as you turn your head away. So we can play with thinking about moving from different places, right? Pick up your knees and swing them across the ceiling and then down the wall. And then think of picking your knees up again. So the knees lift, and the movement of your knees will move your hips. Now we can also think of moving closer to center. So now pick up your right hip bone, press, drag it across pulling the knees over as you roll onto your left hip, look away. And now use your obliques to pull that left hip bone up and bring it across the center of your body and over to the other side. Feel that stretch here, diving into your back, into your abs. The right hip bone lifts and brings the legs over to the other side now. And then the left hip bone lifting here to bring the legs back to the right. One last time, just however you want to do it. We're going to the left to look right, and then come back to center. And from here, we lift the legs straight up to the ceiling, soft point with your feet. You'll bring the right leg back over your shoulder and the left leg forward, out into space. And then we're going to inhale to switch the legs. They stay about 4 inches apart, reach long, and then switch again. So it's an inhale for one movement and an exhale for the next, over and over and over again. The legs skim by each other, toes are soft. Think of lifting the arches of your feet into the top of each foot. And the toes just a little wide. You don't want to grip them. They're softly pointed, so they do narrow in slightly. But you still want to feel air rush between your toes as you move. The leg is back and try to get a little bit of a hamstring stretch. And then as the leg goes forward, reach out and down, opening across the top of your hips. Do one more here. And then bring both legs up to the ceiling. Externally rotate the legs, heels together, toes apart. And we'll pull both feet apart to get a stretch to your inner thighs. Exhale, pull the thighs together, close the heels at the top of the movement. And we do that again. Inhale to open. The legs really pretty much right over the roller. Close them at the top and again. Open equidistant from center. And exhale, pull them together here. Let's just do one more like this. Both legs move away from your center line and then pull up to the top. Reach for the sky. Now leave the left leg where it is and bring the right leg out to the side. Hold the left hip grounded. Exhale, pull the right leg up. Connect your heels together. And now the right leg is vertical. The left leg moves sideways. Exhale and drag it up here. Try not to rush. You want to feel the work and not just momentum. Left leg stable, right leg reaches out, more weight into the left hip, more weight into the left shoulder blade. Exhale and pull the leg up. Take your time to feel the weight of it. Right leg up, left leg out. Show that arc in the air and then retrace your step, come all the way up to the top, legs in parallel, and let's bend your knees into your chest. From here, we're going into a bicycle. The right leg reaches up and extends forward. As it reaches out for the floor, you extend the left leg. That one pulls forward here. Try to touch your toes onto the mat if possible before you pull the leg in. And extend the other one, reach it up further each time. Really working here through a lot of the different muscles in that leg chain. You are still holding the roller steady underneath you. Remember, it'll want to escape forward unless you're vigilant here. And then when you're ready, we reverse. So the right leg goes down and forward and scoops up as the other leg is reaching forward, skate the foot across the mat here and out into space. So you really get the feeling of lifting the air with the top of your foot, the top of your shin, and throwing it back over your shoulder. We're looking for both the stretch across the hip as the leg extends and the reach back to really lengthen the hamstrings as the leg rises and pulls back over your shoulder. So it's good to stretch these, right? And then we're coming all the way up to the top with both legs. And then bend your knees. Exhale and lower both feet to the ground. Let's lift your hips up and just rotate the roller to a fresh spot underneath your sacrum. And we'll just extend the right leg forward now. Stretch it out. And feel that length across the top of your hip bone. You can then bring the right arm up and then back by your ear. Now, if it's too much stretch across your hip, if you feel it in your low back, you have a couple of options. You can bend the right knee, or you can even pull the left knee into your chest, embrace it in. If that is Not needed though, you can just have your left leg bent, foot grounded under the knee, and the right leg lengthens here to get the stretch in your psoas and across the top of your quad that crosses the hip. Feel the stretch into the right side of your body and let your body just relax into the stretch. Inhale for length. Exhale, feel the weight of your body melting towards the ground. One more breath here. Inhale completely and exhale slowly. We'll slide the foot back, bring the right arm back to the roller, and now it's time for the left. The left arm slides out across the room. Bend the knee as necessary, and then we lift the arm up and back by your ear. If you're tight in the chest today, just bring the arm a little wider away from your ear. Want this to feel like a healthy stretch in your body, and remember you can also pull the right knee into your chest to ease the stretch across the hip. Find your breath filling your lungs as you inhale, and then attempt to empty them as you exhale. There's always a little reserve, but get as much air out as you can. And really picture the back of the body falling towards the ground, sinking into gravity, just melting underneath you into the floor. So the top can just rest here and stretch easy. Of course, it's always interesting to see which side is tighter, which side is quicker to relax. When you do this on your own, you can always do your tighter side, the other side, and then the tight side again. Let's try both legs forward. And maybe both arms back. If it's too much, bend the knees, or go back to doing one leg at a time. I suspect everyone did either a lot of traveling or a lot of entertaining this weekend. All that's hard on the body. Hopefully this will help you with the recovery process. So you're breathing in to lengthen, breathing out to release and sink towards the floor. One more breath. Exhale the air out of your lungs. And then we'll bring the arms forward, slide the feet back. And then just pull both knees in towards your chest. Do a little rocking across your sacrum side to side. Just give it a little massage. And then we can lower the feet, push down into your legs, lift your hips, and slide the roller out from underneath you. Okay, so we're coming up to sitting next. So you can pull the right leg into your body, hands to the back of the thigh, lift your head, neck, and shoulders up for a curl, and then roll forward and up to sit. Okay, everyone's so glad you're here. All right, so extend the legs forward and just bring the arms forward. You can slide your hands down your legs, take an easy stretch here. Don't force it, just pull your waist back, ears between arms. And then you can lift the arms. Lifting them higher is more difficult for control, gives you more load away from center. Lift your tail and round your low back 1 inch, 1 vertebra at a time into the ground. That looks really lovely. Good job. Shoulders down, head rest, bring the arms back, turn the palms forward. We're bringing the arms up, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Exhale to pull the rib cage up off the ground. Suck your waist back into the curve of your spine and dive forward over your legs. And then we're rolling back. So we can stay low here today. Pull the tail up through the thighs. Release the body down, arms lower if you need more control. Arms lift higher if you want a little more challenge. Try to find the sweet spot for your body where you're working at your working level. Bring the arms up here, lift your head, neck, look right down your nose into your abdominal wall, curve forward, suck the waist back, dive over your legs, stretch this out, reach out to the center of your feet, and then we roll it back again. Well, the collarbones are a little narrow here because we're in flexion, the shoulder blades moving towards the front of your body. Sink yourself down 1 inch at a time, lay it back, yawn it open. We'll do that one more time. Coming up, big exhale before you need it, right? Keep pulling the waist back as you round over. It's not about a deep hip hinge. It's more about a C-curve spine. You're like a horseshoe resting on its side here on the ground. And then we're going to roll back into our upright curl. So we're going to curve back slowly and end at the tip of the scapula, so the shoulder blades are lifted off the mat. Bring your hands lower, pull your knees into your chest, elbows wide, and pick up your head and chest a little bit deeper into your upper curl. Extend the legs up to the ceiling, arms long at your side, and we pump the arms here. Inhaling and exhale. Again, tucking your chin into your chest, look down your nose at your abdominal wall. It's an inhale to breathe in and let the body expand, and an exhale to pull the navel down and deep. Now try to press the legs together, whatever you can touch, maybe the edges of your feet, the edges of your knees, reach the thighs for each other, and feel that press inward with your legs to firm up the lower abdominals. Now your head is high, you're trying to lift the back of your neck, stretch it by lifting the top of your head and tilting your gaze down. Collarbones are wide here, they're rolling forward and back to move the arms up and down. Going for 2 more breaths. If you need to rest your head, if you need to support your head with one hand, that's fine. And then we're going to take a deep exhale to end this and pull the knees in, lay your hip down. So lower your feet to the mat, knees bent, arms outstretched, and just let your knees rock from one side to the other as you turn your head in the other direction. Just give a little release to your neck muscles here. You did such a good job there. That was really great to see. Doesn't matter how long you've been doing Pilates, you always know when you've done that exercise, right? And then once we come back to center, we'll pull the right knee into your chest, embrace it in. Left leg reaches long. And then lightly holding on to the knee with your right hand, we'll circle the knee here towards center and then away. Just warming up the hip socket. Come to center and then reverse the circle. So out to the side, into your chest, across the body, and then forward. Try to keep the pelvis level here, a little extra weight in your left hip when the knee goes out to the side. And then embrace it into your chest. Next, we'll pull that right knee to the right armpit. So the thigh is a little bit to the outside of your rib cage. Then we'll pull that knee across the body, aim it to the left shoulder, keeping the hip down. You won't go very far, but pull it in tight as you can and feel that stretch in the outer hip. Maybe even take your right thumb into the hip crease and push that forward and away. So you're still reaching out through your right sits bone. Now right hand to the knee again, and we pull the knee out to the side, perpendicular to your torso. Left hip is heavy, maybe your left hand on your left hip bone to ensure that it stays grounded. And then the right hand can push the knee up, left hand grabs hold of the knee. And now you pull the knee across the body, lifting the hip, extend the right arm out to your side and look towards that hand. The right shoulder blade heavy on the floor. Exhale, unwind the body from the left shoulder to the waist to the right glute. And then pull the right knee in with both arms, embrace it in. And next, slide the right leg forward, stretch it out. Shake your legs and feel the difference in the two already, like how much longer that right leg is, how much closer to the ground it is, and how much more energy you have in that leg. So here we go with the left, give it an equal shot, and we'll pull the left leg in tight. And again, maybe you want to take your hand, your thumb into the crease and push that down a little bit. Just keep the length in both sides of the body. And then we'll stir the leg with the left hand on the knee, circling here. Nice and slow and easy. Keep the pelvis grounded on both sides. You're already starting to feel like you have to put more weight in the right side when the knee goes to the left, more weight in the left hip when the knee starts to go to the right. Reverse your circles. Feel the work across your abs as you hold the pelvis steady against the movement of this leg. Even though it's a small movement, you still need to stabilize. And then we'll pull the knee in, and then you pull it to the left armpit, left side to the outside of the left rib cage. The right hip is still pressing down. And as you're falling into a small ditch on the right side of your mat. And then we'll bring the knee through center, right hand on the left knee, and pull it up and towards the right shoulder, the right armpit. If you reach out through the sits bone, you might even get a little stretch down into the glute, into your piriformis muscle here. And now let's bring the left hand again, bring the knee out to the side, perpendicular to your torso, right hand on right hip bone, and try to rotate the pelvis to the right as you push the knee out to the left. Exhale, and we lift the knee up, give it a little assist. Right hand reaches for the knee, left arm extends. You can pull the leg across with the hip down, but then if you want, bring the hip up. The shoulders sinking into the floor. Get as much rotation through the center of your body as you can. And also remember the rotation in the neck. Exhale to unwind. Right shoulder, waist, left glute, and embrace the knee in once more. We slide it forward, reach it long. And then give both legs a little shake. Here we are on the ground with the longest legs possible. Well, I say that, but then we're going to use the TheraBands next. And the leg will get even longer. So let's place the band around your right foot, center the band on the ball of the foot and the arch. And we'll lift the leg up high, anchoring down through the hip, reach up through the leg, flex the foot first, and then do a couple of point flexes. Point the foot flex, so you work through the calf muscle. If your hamstrings are really tight today, bend the knees a little bit. Try to have the leg as vertical as possible over the hip joint. And then soft point, elbows grounded, slide them forward, away from your shoulders to release the shoulders away from your ears. And with a point, we circle. Inhale across the body to the left. Exhale, the right leg goes down, out to the side, around, and up to the sky. One breath per circle. Short inhale as we start, and then a long exhale all the way around and up to the ceiling again. So we imagine drawing a circle in the air like the face of a clock. So we're going to think 12 hours. Let's take 3 of them for the inhale. And then the exhale all the way around the curve and up to 12 at the top again. Reach here. The hip stays down as you reach the leg long. The elbows are grounded. You're rotating the arm from the elbow. Let's do one more. Try to keep your wrist as straight as you can. The leg stretches out into the band, feel the support, and also the challenge to reach it longer. Now reverse, out to the right, an external rotation. Forward and around. As it passes the other leg, it's pretty neutral. Going into the internal rotation, it comes to the top in a neutral position again. So we're trying to get that rotation of the femur on the hip socket while we're drawing a beautiful circle in the air with the foot, with the leg. So you press out further and further every time. Draw the leg up to the sky, get the stretch in the back of your leg. Short inhale, longer exhale so that you get that deep engagement through the transverse abdominis, your deepest abdominal muscle. And we'll go for one last one here. Really feel the stretch, feel the work in your core, supporting the body against the weight of your leg moving. Come here to the top, and now we take the ends of the band in the right hand. Rotate the leg externally, left hip is grounded, hand on the hip. Bring the right leg out to the side, and we'll rock the leg a little bit. Think not up and down, like to the ground and then to the ceiling, but towards your shoulder and then away. If your foot was tracing a little arc on the wall to the far side of you. And really try to rotate your torso to the left here against the weight of that leg. That'll help increase the stretch and increase the work in your core. Exhale, we pull the leg up to the ceiling. Switch hands at the top. So extend the right arm out, look at that, and then cross the leg over, spiraling the hip off the ground, reach the leg as far forward as you can, and then rotate it internally so that you rotate the thigh to bring the knee and the toes towards the floor. Really anchor down through the opposite shoulder blade. Your right leg sinks into the ground, and you pull the left leg a little closer to your left shoulder. I know, it's a fair bit of work, right? As well as feeling like a great stretch. So here we pull the right hip down to lift the leg up, and then feel another stretch in the back of the leg. Pull it towards your chest, towards your face. Then fold the knee in, embrace it in. Give it a deep hug, and the other leg stretches forward. And then we can slide the right leg forward. Shake out the legs, And look, it's longer and it's closer to the ground still. So we've enjoyed that. We're going to do it for the other leg also. So we can pull the left leg in and bend the foot. Lift the leg high, get a good grip on your band, and then slide your elbows forward, elongating the neck and elongating the leg. Point flex a few times. Try to articulate through the foot so you're not just flapping it at your ankle, but you're going toes, ball of the foot, and then lift the heel. Then reach forward through the balls of the feet, and then the toes point a little bit over the band. Work where you can. The knee bent as necessary, but really working through the whole foot here. Now soft point and we circle. Inhale across the body, stretch away from the glute, and then go low, out to the side. Press the right side of the body into the floor as you bring the leg out to the left. Remember that deep, short inhale, breathe in like you're grateful for every breath, which we are, of course, and then all the way around here. Exhale, 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 exhale to the top, and reach again. You do want to run out of breath at the top of each circle, right? So you want to really feel that you empty the lungs to your capacity, and that inhale is really sweet and very much enjoyed, right? So we come all the way up to the top here, breathing through this, the shortest possible inhale, the longest possible exhale. Feel the abdominal wall contraction at the top of this movement, at the top of the breath, and one last one. Go further out into space with every circle, holding the body steady, heavy on the mat at the same time. Now we reverse. Out to the left, and then reach forward and around. Exhale all the way around, keep breathing out until you reach the top, and you're so glad to breathe in. Really pumping the air in and out of your lungs, feeding your body with that breath. The elbows are strong and stable here at your side on the mat. And you focus on the work it takes to press the opposite side of the body into the ground from the movement of your leg. So right hip gets heavy and then the leg moves left. Left hip gets heavy and then the leg moves to the right. Come up to the top and we're taking both ends of the band in your left hand. Right hand on the hip bone. Rotate the leg and bring it out to the side. Try to keep that pelvis level on the ground and then rock the leg a little bit. Very small, very soft movement. We're just stretching out the upper inner thigh and insisting on working those obliques, the diagonal line of your body, to hold the right side heavy into the ground. Then we exhale to pull the leg up. Work the muscle of the inner thigh you just stretched, cross it over, and we'll bring that left leg to the right. The left arm extends out. Look out at your fingertips, the hip can lift. Eventually think your chest will be to the ceiling, your hips will be to the wall. And then we exhale, unwind the body here, pull the hip down to lift the leg, give it a little tug back, work into that hamstring stretch again. And then we fold the knee into our body, embrace it. The bend to the side, and just stretch your left leg forward, shake it out here. And then take a moment, the legs will want to externally rotate, just let that happen. And just pay attention to the way your body feels right now. We'll pull the right knee in, hold on to the back of the thigh, lift the left leg up. We're lifting the head, neck, and shoulders, rock forward to come to sitting at the front of your mat for rolling like a ball. Be sure you have enough padding underneath you, that this is comfortable for your spines. And edges of the feet together, elbows wide, knees apart. Rock back on your sacrum as you pick up your feet and lift into your abs. C-curve spine. And we lift the tail to roll back just to the shoulder blades. Neck never touches. Exhale, roll forward and up. You want to keep your gaze down at your belly so that you don't hit your head on the mat, and also so that you keep the C-curve in your spine. Now the elbows go wide and forward, and that allows you to pull the ribs back between the shoulder blades so you can roll smoothly on your back as if you're rolling on a tire here. Inflate it with the breath and roll. Right down the middle of your mat, come right back up. Good. Now we're moving into the ab series. So let's use the balls for this series today. So we're going to start with the elbows wide and the balls squashed between your hands. And see if you can do that to feel that you have a nice connection into your arms and into your core. We'll just wait. So I should have said to everyone that we're getting a ball. All right, so you can relax for a second. And then we're coming back. We're gonna hold the ball here right by your heart, squeeze into it, a straight line from elbow to elbow, go back to your upright curl. Heels dig in, curve your spine down, find your upright curl, and then we pull both knees into the chest. Keep that high upper abdominal work, and then inhale, stretch your right leg forward, and we switch. One leg goes forward, the other one pulls back in. You're looking down your nose underneath the ball here. Leg shoots out long and then pulls back in tight. Keep the work in the arms. That's going to help you find the upper abdominals connection. Do one more set. End with the left knee coming into the right one and rest down. Hopefully you felt that. Let's just take the ball up in the air and then overhead. Tap it to the ground. And then extend your legs forward, doing a roll up here. Lift the ball, lift your arms. Head, neck, shoulder, dive forward over your legs. Take the stretch. And then we're going to roll back into our upper curl for double leg stretch. So curl the tail up, sink back. Stop at the tip of the blades. Pull the knees in and your ball rests on your shins. You're in the upper curl looking down. Now inhale, arms and legs lift to the sky. And exhale, pull the knees in, lower the ball down on your shins. So you reach up and even out a little from center. And exhale, pull it back. So you can take the arms further back, the legs further forward, but only if you don't lose your upper curl. As soon as you start to fall back onto your shoulders, you've gone too far in the movement. You try to look down your nose into your center, and we have one last one to go. Stretch it out, pull it in, and then rest your head down. Turn your head easy side to side. Okay, we're rocking forward again. Coming upright. And now we're going to roll back for scissors. So again, ball forward, press it with the heel of your hand. And then we curl the tail up, look down, roll back into that best upper curl position. And then you fold both knees in, lift the right leg up and the left leg forward, and tap the right shin to the ball twice. 1, 2. Switch your legs, left taps 1, 2. Now remember, it's tempting to look up at the ball. I just did it myself. But you're really trying not to. You want to look down the midline of your body. So you maintain the upper curl and don't get into a flatter position and therefore into your neck. The head is still lifted high. You're going to feel work in your neck for sure, in the front and a stretch at the back. That's okay, one more set. And then you pull everything into center, lay down. And with your feet to the ground, let's rock the knees side to side. You can turn around away from your legs. All right, doing great. So we're going to take the arms back, maybe ball in one hand, lift the arms, roll forward again. And as we want the transitions here to work our core and also to find the stretch in our bodies. And then we're coming back upright to go into double leg lower lift. So the ball is going between the arches of your feet. And we roll back again. Sink it back. Pull the knees in. Extend the legs up to the ceiling. Support your head with your hands. Pull the skull up tall, look down at your belly. Now you squeeze the ball and the legs go forward. Just feel the abdominal wall engaged. Don't change the position of your spine. And then you bring the legs up. So we reach out. It might be small. We might only move 1 to 2 inches or barely at all with the weight of these legs. Remember that your legs are attached right to your vertebral disc, the inner vertebral disc, and the discs themselves. We want to be, careful of that area. We want to be sure that you can strengthen it without damaging it. So doing it in your appropriate range of motion is important for that process. Okay, and then we pull the knees in, we're taking the ball, and just take it underneath your head and neck. Hug the knees into your body and just turn your head here on the ball. Get a little massage through the ball into your neck muscles. You might find it's easier to turn your head in one direction rather than the other. Again, something to think about when you're doing your own practice. Because you can always just come center and then turn more frequently to the side that's tighter. Anyway, we're going to take the ball in our hands, keep the knees bent, and then bring the ball low by your right hip, extend the left leg out, come forward and up into your upper curl with rotation, and then we bring the ball over the legs as we switch them. Shoot one leg forward, put the other one back. You're pressing into the ball with the heel of your hand. Fingers could be long. Really trying to feel that connection, hand to abs. Roll from one tip of the shoulder blade to the other, where you're coming forward, as well as rotating. So you keep lifting, and the leg shoots straight out of the socket, and then pull straight back in. Opposite hip heavy. Do one final set. And to the left, pull everything in and rest. All right, ball to the side. And again, we're lifting up for spine stretch. So legs extend out, arms reach up and back. Lift the arms, lift the head, neck, shoulders, exhale and round forward. Curve over your legs, maybe pull the toes back, stretch for whatever you can, and suck your weight back. And then we step up and open the legs wider than your neck, wider than your hips. You sit upright, perch on your sits bone. There should be a little arch at the mid back. Be sure you feel it. If you don't, bend your knees and then sit right on your sits bones or sit elevated on a couple of blocks. Then we'll take the arms forward, parallel to the ground. Widen your collarbones a bit so the shoulders fall behind you. Look at the horizon with soft eyes, and then we look down. Move the top of the head forward, curve the spine forward, head, neck, upper back, mid back, low back, round over the space in front of you. Imagine a beach ball there that's now going to roll up the front of your body so that you lengthen in the front. You knit together in the back to come up to that vertical S-curve position you were in previously. And then we look down, tip the head, feel the weight of the back of the head, pull you out, over and around to that curve. Your body moves like a wave here, coming forward onto the beach. And then you suck it on back into the ocean, coming back up. A little bit of the undertow, pull you back, and then float on top of the wave. And we're going over again. Exhale all the way out, over and down. Press down through your legs, press down through your sits bones, sink your tail into the center of the earth as you come up. Feel the lift of your chest as you elongate the waist. One more. Go all the way over, hang onto your legs. If you can, maybe flex the feet, reach for your toes, or just hold on wherever you can. It's all good. Pull your waist back, head hangs down. All right, and we're going to come back on in and grab the roller to lay onto our stomach for some squats. Everyone good? So as you lay down onto your belly, the legs extend out. It's a little easier for your back if your feet are slightly wide. Traditionally, the legs are together. But we're going to take the arms forward, the roller halfway between your elbow and your wrist, and bring your ears between your arms. Now, from here, press the top of your feet into the floor. And then we're going to pull the shoulder blades back, pulling the head and the chest forward. Bring the gaze forward, across the room, and up the wall. As you lift your chest for the stretch in the abdominal. And then bring it back down. Like you're zipping your belly into the surface of the mat, a little bit at a time. And let's do it again. So first, widen the shoulder blades, then pulling the collarbones wide, and then pull the blades together down your back as you lift. Heart is up, eyes are up. Press into the roller, and then keep pressing into the roller. Think of the navel drawing into the ground, the rib cage, the chest. Your ears float between, or your arms float to the outside of the ears. And let's do that again. Widen the chest and pull forward and up. Heart rises here. Try to let the blades knit together and picture your spine sinking towards the sternum towards the ground, and then gradually lower back down. For every inch of that belly, touch the mat until the head floats free above your mat. Let's do one more. Shoulder blades knit together, they narrow as you rise. Coming up, hopefully getting a little bit more lift with every repetition. Eyes stay up until the very end. And then you lower your gaze, chin towards the floor, and then we can push the roller aside and sit back in the top. Down to here. Options would be knees together for more stretch in the back, or knees apart for more stretch in your hips. Stack the spine coming up, and we're going onto our backs here for shoulder bridge. It can be helpful for your knees to have the ball between your thighs. You're always welcome to take a ball there and just squeeze it tight. So arms lengthen at your side here. Press the palms into the floor. Now the shoulders can come up a little bit. Just like don't force them down, because if you force the shoulders down here, you might take your body into the beginning of an arch back. And what we want to do is move into flexion. So just press the palms down, let the shoulders be where they are. You feel the weight of the shoulder blade at the plate dropping into the ground. So right at your back, right behind your chest. That's where you want to feel the shoulders connect, the shoulder blades connect. Now, the heels kind of pull back slightly. You spread your toes, and then begin with the pelvic tuck, move the tail forward and up. And the knees glide forward as the hips glide forward and up. You're lifting your spine off the ground inch by inch, gaze up and slightly back, so you still have an open throat so you can breathe. And at the top, now push the top of the shoulders down and slightly roll to the outer arm. Elbows point in just a little bit, and see if you feel the blades knit together so you can pick up the chest a little higher and then push into your feet to lift the hips a little higher. We are looking for a stretch across the top of the hip. And now to come out of it, your shoulders curve up slightly, feel the blades widen, and then you drop your sternum down, your spine down between the shoulder blades. See if you can get a big curve into that upper back and mid back. Watch if the knees don't drift sideways. Keep them a little bit engaged in. Hug the ball if you're using one. Imagine you're hugging one if you're not, and then go all the way down here, releasing each vertebra one after the other until you rock over your sacrum and lower your tail. Now you're back with your waist floating off the ground. And again, we start with the pelvic tuck. The tail moves forward and up. And then we curve the belly back into the spine as you pull the tail forward and lift it. Bring the knees forward, try to pull the heels back. Imagine your shins having a line of magnets on them that are being pulled to the wall in front of you. And then we come to the top of the movement, pushing down with the top of the shoulders, lifting the heart, push down with your feet and up with your hips. Down with your arms, press the floor away. Know that you've gone to maximum stretch here across your hips and maximum support for the back line. Now, let the shoulder blades widen, the shoulder tops curve up and in a little bit, and you really open your back to the ground. Come down, each vertebra sliding into the floor. Snake your spine down onto the ground, and at the end, roll across your sacrum, release your tail towards the floor. You're at your neutral spine with your waist a little above the mat surface. We're going to do that one more time. So feel how good this is to move your spine, one vertebra after the other. Curving forward and up, the tail rises. Take your time to feel each vertebra lift and turn. It's like pulling a beautiful pearl necklace out of black velvet. One beautiful pearl after the next. Come up to the top, the shoulder blades knit together, the top of the shoulders push down. Your eyes are up and back, so your throat is still long, you can still breathe. Hug that ball, and then let's roll to the inner arm. So the blades broaden and your back widens on the mat so you can sink your upper back down into the ground. Come down very specifically, one vertebra, 1 inch at a time. You're going to ripple your spine into the ground and then lift your waist as you go over the sacrum and sink your tail. Good. We're coming up next to sitting for spine twist. So here, again, perch on your sits bones. Feel that little arch in your mid-back. Elevate your hips if that's helpful, or bend your knees if you need that. Feet together and flex. Arms out to the side and slightly in front of your chest. We're going to press the arms down and lift up through the halo, and now rotate to the right and pulse 1, 2, 3. Lift to center and then spin to the left, rotating here. 1, 2, 3. Reach out long through your fingertips like each arm is part of a sprinkler system. Let the water stream out of your body and into the air around you. And we twist again left. Your eyes go back towards the hand. We're rotating through the neck as well. Then here, your tallest point is when you come to center. You melt a little bit as you rotate and twist. Just watch that when you twist, the arm doesn't come forward. That's a fake that your body does to make you think that you rotate further than you did. I know because I've done it many times myself. Let's twist here. There, very good. Another way to prevent yourself from cheating, bring your hands on top of your head. Push your hands up into the sky when you're centered, and elbows lift a little, shoulders drop. And now rotate from your waist. 3 pulses, back to center. Unwind and lengthen, and then twist the other direction. Oh, now we feel it, right? Me too. Come back to center. I thought I was feeling it before, but this always really intensifies the work and puts you into the right place for rotation. Come back to center and lower the arms down. Okay, we're going to go into a side bend here. So we can bring the legs into sort of this in-wheel position. And if that is too much for anybody, you can also do a version with the leg just extended out, or even both legs forward. So whatever's most comfortable for you. So here, we're taking your hand to the outside shin, lift the other arm up and side bend towards the direction your feet are pointing. So feel that side bend here as you push down through the hip on that side, lift to come up, both arms extend, hand to the mat, go on out onto your elbow, push your waist up, drop your head, let the arm curve towards the floor, and now you feel the upper line stretch. Press through your arm, you lift to come up, and again, grab hold of the shin here, side bend over, stretch. And sometimes it's good to look up at your fingertips just to bring the head back in line with the rest of your spine. Up again, arms extend, out we go. Push the floor down so you lift the waist, open the ribs, and now bring that top arm up to the ceiling and back a little bit, follow it with your gaze. Then we're going to circle that arm forward and around under the armpit, thread the needle, look at your hand, and then pull it out and follow it with your gaze, push it away behind you. Let's do that again. So circle around and under, pull it out and back, open the chest here. One more time. You cup the palm as you come forward. You take the head back in extension as you reach back. Lift the arm to the sky again, and then push the ground down as you side bend here. Pull up, get the work into the opposite oblique, and then here we go, going over to the side. Eyes to your fingertips. That's beautiful. And then come upright, and we bring the legs to the other side. All right, so holding onto your shin, lift the opposite arm and side bend over. Really press to that hip to feel the increased length in your sideline. Pull yourself up, arms extend here, the hand slides down. Press the elbow into the ground, pull the waist up, let the head fall to open up your ribs here on the top of your body. Push down and pull up. Again, feel that work in your core. And then you're going over here to your sideline. Press down to rise, arms extend, hand over. This is good. Side bend here, really stretch. You even pull your sits bone away from your armpit to increase the stretch on that upper side. Lift, come up, Work into your center, and here we go, over again. Come upright, arms reach across the room, one hand to the ground, slide down onto your elbow, let the head fall, lift your ribs, open it up. And then let's take your hand up to the ceiling, and behind you, look for your hand. And then we circle it through and around under the arm. Look for your fingertips on the far side, and then pull it out and back, open and stretch. The blades pull together behind you, and then circle around. And the blades pull apart as you come into this flexion with rotation, and then up and back again. We're doing one more. Come around, threading the needle here, and then back into extension. Lift the arm up, overhead, and then pull up again. One more side bend, over, and then come upright. We still have a minute. It's time to squeeze in a little mini teaser here. So we'll use the bare bands. Taking the band across the balls of both feet. We're going to tighten up on the band pretty much for support. Screw off your hips, screw off your heels, and then tuck, pull the waist back, roll back onto your sacrum and pick up your feet. For most women, toes at eye level. For most guys, the feet are a little bit lower. Elbows go wide, so you feel some support here. And then we're just going to hold the body still as you start to stretch the legs away. And then pull the knees back in towards your chest. I say just, this is extremely difficult, right? So extra points for everyone. Legs extend, pull the knees in slowly. When we're like that, inhale, reach out. Exhale, pull back. Now, imagine your feet standing on the wall, elbows still wide, and curl the tail up. Start to roll back towards your sacrum. Hold your feet where they are, and then pull the head up and pull your chest towards your knees. It'll be small, so curl the tail up. Because this is important when you do a full teaser, you want to start with that action to protect your spine. When we're like that, tail rises, pull the tail up slightly, start to go back, and then lift to pull up. All right, ready? Everything together. So we curl the tail up, roll onto your sacrum, now push the feet away, toes at eye level. You want to end up with your heels down and the tip of your blades touch the ground. Lay your head down, lift your head up, chin to chest, bend the elbows, pull the legs up, start to pull them in towards your body as you come up to your balance point. Pull the balance, extend the legs up high. Yes, good. And then we fold the knees, lower the feet, and you all are done for today. Thank you so much. What great work. And I hope to see you either tomorrow or next week. Or of course, check out the YouTube from Software College's Recreation and Wellness. All right.